Welcome to Red Eye. Hello, everyone. I am Tom Shalhoub. Let's check in with TV's Andy Levy at the Red Eye Tease Deck. Andy?
Thanks, Tom. Coming up on... I look like I'm being force-choked by the Emperor. Not cool. Coming up on the big show, Hillary Clinton will be tried for mishandling classified information in the court of public opinion. Probably should have led with that part. Plus, Hillary says her presidential cabinet will be made up of half women. What kind of sick genetic experiments are these people running? And finally, some Denver parents are outraged after discovering a local Hooters sponsored a Cub Scout camp. Yeah, I'm sure it was the parents who were outraged and not just the mom. Back to you, Tom.
Thanks, Andy. Let's welcome our guests. She's our favorite communist commentator, Democratic strategist Jessica Tarlov. He bears a striking resemblance to his brother Bob Roberts. Host of the Sam Roberts Show on SiriusXM and Sam Roberts Wrestling Podcast, Sam Roberts. He's not evil, he's just named that way. Observer columnist Michael Malice. And believe it or not, a ventriloquist dummy can become a real boy. Sitting right next to me is comedian Joe Mackey. Okay, let's start the show. On Tuesday, FBI Director James Comey made an unprecedented public statement laying out the case for indicting Hillary Clinton.
There is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
Specifics, please.
7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program at the time they were sent and received. Those chains involve Secretary Clinton both sending emails about those matters and receiving emails about those same matters.
That's damning. What else?
We also found information that was properly classified as secret by the U.S. intelligence community at the time it was discussed on email.
Okay, but maybe a reasonable person wouldn't have known they were doing something wrong.
There is evidence to support a conclusion that any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those with whom she was corresponding about those matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
Okay, boom, 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 gotcha. Now drop the hammer.
In looking back at our investigations into the mishandling or removal of classified information, we cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Wait, what? Okay, I guess I just don't understand how the law works. Here's former U.S. Attorney Rudy Giuliani's reaction to his old employee, Jim Comey.
Jim, how do you prove intent? Circumstantial evidence. You just laid out so much circumstantial evidence, it's going to take weeks to go through it. Second, you got a straight-out violation of 18 United States Code, Section 793. Right. Why didn't you indict her for it?
Why not indeed? As always, Donald Trump has the answer. Huh? Look, Michael.
Yes.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Look, Clinton lied about turning over all her emails.
Yeah.
Okay? Comey proved it. You know, what are we going to do here? Perjury? We can go for perjury, can't we?
Remember that whole Republican fantasy that all those FBI investigators are going to quit when there's no indictment of Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
Like, this is how politics works all the time. George H.W. Bush pardoned Caspar Weinberger and 5 other people. Ford pardoned Nixon. The thing that Hillary did publicly is much worse than the email thing. She's explicitly said when she's sworn in, she's going to ignore Congress and have executive orders on immigration and gun laws. So she's not even president. She's saying she's going to ignore the Constitution. What about choosing to go to war with Iraq for no reason and wanting to go to war with Syria? There's so many things she did publicly and openly that are far worse than these things that she did privately and secretly.
You know, I like what you opened with. Yes, those presidents pardoned crimes, but, in that case, the presidents had to pardon people. We're not even requiring the president to get involved because he's saying no, he's taking a pass on this.
There's always 2 types of justice. There's justice for the politicians and the wealthy, and there's justice for the rest of us. And it's always been that way since Aaron Burr got away with killing Alexander Hamilton.
So you agree with Trump. This is good to hear. Okay, Sam, look, I'm going to read you this. He said no reasonable prosecutor would bring indictment against Clinton. That was after saying any reasonable person should have known that an unclassified system was a no-no. Okay, so doesn't that mean that no reasonable voter should vote for Hillary?
Yeah, I felt like watching his speech was like how a lot of people watch the OJ trial, where it was like going through, they got him. They got him. They got him.
Yes.
And the jury was only out for like 5 hours, all right? And the verdict is not guilty.
It's amazing.
We're
isn't
good
it?
to go.
I thought that he was going to
Me too.
I missed
Yeah.
it.
Me too.
You did?
I was preparing. I like took out all my Hillary swag and was like waiting to kiss it goodbye. I even have my Hillary case right now.
Oh my
and
gosh.
can stay with me. And like for the first 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, this is really happening. Because he's laying out what seemed like a very clear case there. And then nada.
Okay, she mishandled. Forget about. Okay, Tarlov, I'm not going to say at this point that that they have to go in and prosecute because he's basically
No,
recommended
it's-
no
it's-
prosecution.
right.
It's over. But
It is over.
we should not
Yet we're
vote for
still
her
doing
because
this.
it's been proven that she mishandled. At the very least, she mishandled.
No, you make a decision, and I really think Michael's right here. You look at the entire body here, you look at policies, and I happen to disagree with you about the things that you were saying that she did that they were wrong. I agree with her about most of them, though I'm not a big Iraq fan. So everyone has to look at the entire body, which is why this, court of public opinion thing I think is very meaningful. Only 30% of Americans right now trust her. 34% of Americans trust Donald Trump. So we really have a race to the bottom in that area. So people are going to pick what policies they're into and what they're not into, and that's how we're going to vote.
Okay, I have another Comey soundbite. Can we play that?
To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences. To the contrary, those individuals are often subject to security or administrative sanctions, but that's not what we're deciding now.
He's saying another. Did I just hear him say, Sam? Anybody else would have been punished for this.
Right, yes, that's what he's saying. It seems like they realized that for whatever reason, they're not going to be able to indict this woman. So he went out and he said, yeah, yes, but I'm wiping my hands of it.
But it wasn't just anybody else. I mean, he said that it could happen. He wasn't saying everyone else who did this would end up this way. I mean, he did give himself some wiggle room.
It depends on
there.
what the definition of is, right?
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly. Okay, Joe, how low is the bar for Democrats? At this point, is it like if you're not in jail, you can be president? Is that what it is?
It's a low bar across the board. And I'll tell you what, Tom, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a ventriloquist dummy come to life. But when I read the Espionage Act, it didn't even say that intent was part of the law. It said negligence. And here, Director Comey said that she demonstrated extreme carelessness. Now to me, it just like when someone who's bad at math tries to solve a problem, it just doesn't add up.
That's it. Tarlov, listen.
Also bad at math.
I'm not even playing all these other quotes from the statutes and whatnot that they have been
Right.
playing all day on Fox
All the
News.
lawyer talk.
Like it doesn't matter if it didn't have intention. He said, well, it looks like there's 100 instances of her passing classified information, but we can't prove that she did it on purpose. But
Right.
it doesn't matter if you did it on purpose.
Well, that's up for debate here, and that's where it is. That's where the lawyers are split on
What
this.
debate? I'm saying that it says in the law. It doesn't matter if it's
Well, you have
intentional.
to-
You still got to go to jail.
So you have to prove intent, and he's saying that he didn't prove
What do you want, a
intent. That there was
psychic?
no-
I'm
I think
saying-
the intent, she clearly said she's doing this on purpose. She's choosing a private server in her home server.
That's it.
intent.
No, but the intent, no. The private server, yes, she certainly chose that, and I don't know if she chose the bathroom herself or wherever it lived, but that part. But in terms of sending and receiving the classified information, I think she wasn't paying attention to
That's
the markings.
negligence. That's negligence.
Right,
Not paying
but he's
attention
saying
is
that it's
negligence.
not gross negligence. He's created this new extreme carelessness term, and I would like the definition. I
So-
would like to know what's different about that.
So Hillary Clinton should be president because she doesn't know what classified stuff is.
Or
I
what
don't-
bathrooms are for.
Or what it's like, I just wasn't paying attention to the classified stuff. That's why you should vote for me.
Has she given a reason, Michael, that she set this thing up? What possible reason do you have for setting up a server on your own property that's separate from the government, except to hide information?
She did that, of course she did that to hide information. But look, in the 90s, we saw Bill Clinton go on TV and perjure himself, which is a felony, and not one of those Democrats looked at the evidence during the impeachment trials. They don't care. All that matters is maintaining their hold on power. And from their perspective, look, if the alternative is President Trump, you can see why they'd be that way.
Well, no, this is not what I'm saying.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying, yes. But I think Trump is going to keep hammering this, Sam. He's going to keep saying that, this may be good for Trump, the fact that she's not indicted, because he can now say, it's about the fact that she is not trustworthy, right?
Yeah, no, it is, and it goes back to the crooked thing. Like, he coined that crooked Hillary thing, and now it feels more crooked than ever that somebody did all the things that one would do to be indicted, but then at the end is.
But can we talk about how crooked Donald Trump is for a moment?
We can't.
Two wrongs.
Why?
Yeah, two wrongs make a right.
It's Red Eye with Tom Schulin. We don't want to talk about that. Okay, meanwhile, last week, Hillary's top aide, Huma Abedin, testified that the secretary violated federal regulations by routinely putting her daily schedules in burn bags. These schedules are, of course, federal records and aren't supposed to be destroyed, but she destroyed them. Now, Tarlov, what is with the burn bags?
I don't know. I never liked Huma. I'm just putting it out there.
That's racist.
You have
No,
to.
it's not.
You
It's
have to
not.
like Huma. You
I
like
wish I
Hillary,
was
but you don't
darker.
like Huma. Are you ready? You guys are ready to throw her under the bus, aren't you?
No. I mean, yes, but not for the reason that you're pointing out.
Yeah.
I've said since Hillary announced that she was going to run again that I thought that the best approach would be to completely clean house, to show up with a brand new team, and to say this. What are you rolling your eyes at me about?
Because all they care about is loyalty. They don't really care
But
about. who's
that's
best
the
person for
problem
the
is
job.
that's how you get people
Yeah.
to make the server for you. That's how these things happen, and people end up pleading the fifth and putting crap in burn bags. So get new people, bring in young, sparkly millennial type people. I'm not auditioning myself right now. That ship has passed.
You're sparkly.
How did you notice? Anyway, so the Huma thing, it's always been tricky. And Anthony Weiner. I mean, you don't need all this around you if you've already got
He has
stuff.
baggage. I haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
Bag, I thought you said package for a second. And I was like,
No, look, Michael, is Huma the Lewandowski of the Hillary campaign?
That's who she's bruising. No, the thing is, the Clintons are surrounded by their cabal of people who will walk the plank for them. Like Susan, whatever her name is, went to jail because she wouldn't testify against Bill. This is what they asked for, this is what they demand, and this is what they're always going to get, or it's off with their heads for the Queen of Hearts that Hillary Clinton is.
Whatever happened to that woman who went to jail?
I don't know. Everyone forgot about her.
See, I
especially
didn't
the
even know that
Clintons.
happened, and I know a lot
Come
about the
on,
Clintons.
there was that woman who went to jail
Yeah, for
so
refusing-
famously. She
yes.
was like a hero for a while. I hope
Right.
she's not still there. God bless her. Okay, look, Joe, do you have a burn bag? And if you, what would you put in your burn bag?
Oh, I would put my college transcript in. I did not pay attention to that. But I'll tell you what, I can't wait for the Hillary press conference to say that American diplomats used a burn bag in the U.S. Embassy in Iran, and they're called heroes. So why is what she did different than what heroes did? She's a hero. And if you don't think so, it's a conspiracy.
This is amazing.
Look,
what you're doing right now.
You know what? It's not. There's been enough things. It's not that far fetched.
She turned over 55,000 of the non-burned schedules.
Exactly, Sam. I think. Do they really burn bags? I mean, it's not a metaphor, is it? They light them on fire.
Well, first of all, I used to put crap in burn bags. When I was younger, you just leave it on somebody's doorstep.
Oh, it's a great
Like
gag.
poop.
Crap. Yeah. But
Like real crap.
But
Yeah.
if there's something on a schedule that you want burned,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you just remember it? Why would you write it down? Just be like, hey, just tell me that we have to do this later, but don't write it down because I'm going to burn it so we can avoid having a burn bag.
You're so right.
If you just tell me,
Yeah.
because I don't want it on the schedule, so just leave a gap.
It
and
does
just
seem
tell me.
strange that you have to burn things.
You know, why would you have to?
I don't know.
Like, I don't even want it shredded. That's how secret. It has to be burned.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, then I'll just tell you.
That's why you have an assistant.
Right, no email, no writing down. I just let you know.
Well, Bill Clinton he doesn't have email. He's never sent or received for real an email. He knows if you want something, you pick up the phone,
You tell him.
call someone, and you have a person who's going to tell you. You're supposed to be
Right.
here right now. You're supposed to be there.
No records. You just talk, just words.
Just talk on the plane.
Makes sense. She should have done it. Well, obviously, she wasn't really on top of her game with the whole across the board. Okay, enough about the email investigation. Hillary Clinton is reportedly considering keeping Loretta Lynch as Attorney General. The New York Times reports that in Clinton's first 100 days as president, she would, quote, tap women to make up half of her cabinet in hopes of bringing a new tone and collaborative sensibility to Washington. And accordingly, Clinton may decide to retain Lynch. Meanwhile, Lynch reportedly led Bill Clinton on her plane last week because it was hot. Yeah. A Democrat who was briefed on the meeting told The New Yorker it was more than 100 degrees outside, and Lynch, who was immediately uncomfortable with the visit, felt that she couldn't shoo the 69-year-old former president, who has heart problems in the past, back onto the tarmac. Bill Clinton meeting with Lynch doesn't look great, but at least that's the only appearance of impropriety related to the email investigation.
And there has never been any man or woman more qualified for this office than Hillary Clinton. Ever.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Okay, look, Jessica, I was floored by that remark in the Times that having women in her cabinet would bring a more collaborative tone to Washington. Are women better at collaborating? Isn't that sexist?
No. It's totally accurate.
No.
It's
No.
Okay, so can we now? All right, thank you. Can we start generalizing about women now? We haven't been able to
I'm
do
happy
that.
to. Call us gals. I'm cool with it. As long as we get cabinet positions, you can say whatever you want.
That's it. Well, I mean, why do we need, what does it matter? Why are more women going to help a cabinet?
Well, it hasn't been going that great with so many men. We could try something new. We can multitask, like we can text and walk at the same time.
I believe that. I
Think about
agree.
other things. Yeah, I mean, think about all your wife, I'm sure, does at home versus what you do at home.
Ooh, shade.
I make the coffee in the morning, I'll have you know that.
All right, I take it all back then. Full male cabinet.
Okay, look, I think, Sam, that we're not supposed to say stuff like that, that more women in a cabinet is going to make it more collaborative. Or do we? Do we need more women world leaders?
I feel like the PC-ness has made us focus on the wrong things. Like we should find world leaders that are good, experienced world leaders, and that I also think that there's like any controversy around Loretta Lynch is kind of getting masked with this. But it's a woman, and we're trying to create diversity, and everything's becoming PC, and they're masking more sinister undertones.
You're saying that she's under their thumb, and they want to keep her there for that reason, but they're playing the woman card.
That's exactly right. And I also think that the only reason she was uncomfortable with Bill Clinton on the plane is the same reason. Did you see Wolf of Wall Street and all those stewardesses got uncomfortable with Leonardo DiCaprio on the plane?
Yeah.
I've heard it's similar. I don't know. I've heard.
It could be. Joe, we've had a pretty good run, men. Is it about to come to a close?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. I don't think women are more collaborative than men. I mean, women barely talk to me at all. They don't respond to my calls or repeated emails or Match.com winks.
Is that
Winks.
Is that because maybe you're not being collaborative? Maybe they feel like you're mansplaining to them. Do you do that, mansplain?
I don't do that. I don't know what that word means, but I tell you what, I explain things the way a fair-minded person would do, and that's who we should be looking for to be
That's
the
it.
next Attorney General.
Maybe it would be good for guys, Michael, if Hillary is president and then it's all like, women everywhere and they screw it up, maybe it'd be good for men. Maybe we say, okay, that's enough. We experimented, back to the men.
Well, Hillary's such a screw up that she's done a lot of things to the Republican Party. She blew it so badly in '94 that we got the first Republican Congress in 40 years, and we got a balanced budget. She's a walking calamity. And the woman, being a soulless harpy, she doesn't know who to run as, so she's copying Justin Trudeau, who's the Prime Minister of Canada, and his cabinet is 50-50 men and women. So she's just trying to pull ideas out anywhere because she can't say, I am pure evil, vote for me.
Yes, I know. I mean, she could say that.
Yeah, I'd vote for
But
her
I don't
then.
know. It's not the most ringing. You are right, though. People forget that contract with America, that Republican Revolution of the 90s, a lot of people think that had to do with Hillary Clinton putting her
Yes.
hands all over the healthcare system.
Yes, in secret. Remember, she had secret meetings. Everything was secret, and the reaction against her brought forth the Republican Party.
You are so right. She's going down. Okay, coming up. What well-known organization got in hot water for partnering with Hooters? Does it really matter? Look at that. I got your attention. Monday was the 4th of July, celebrated on social media with hashtags like America and May the 4th be with you. Yeah. But is America feeling that patriotic? In a new survey, only 52% of adults say they are extremely proud to be an American. That's down 18 points since 2003. It's even worse with millennials. Only 34% love their country to the extreme. But let not your heart be troubled. One great, great American is doing his part to make us all proud. The headline says it all. Army veteran rescues bald eagle dangling upside down from a rope in 75-foot tree by mowing down the branches with his gun. Oh, my. The eagle had become entangled in the woods of Minnesota. So Jason Galvin, who lives nearby, picked up his .22 caliber rifle and started cautiously unloading. 90 minutes later and 150 shots, his shot broke the rope and freed the bald eagle. The bird, now dubbed Freedom, is recovering nicely. If a dude freeing a bald eagle with a gun doesn't warm your American heart, I've got 2 tickets to North Korea you might be interested in. The only thing more American would be this headline. Toby Keith dressed as Uncle Sam and ate apple pie astride a buffalo. Or maybe Todd Starnes played Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA on a bugle made of pure William Devane certified gold. I was waiting. Sam, I thought you were going to laugh on the first one. I didn't get you till the William Devane.
That's the one. That's what got me.
Look, do you love this country like I do? Did that warm your heart?
It did. I mean, it warmed my heart, but it also made me feel like so much less of a man. Because I knew, like, I spent the 4th of July in the suburbs.
Yeah.
So I was indoors worried that, like, bats would land in my hair. I always get, when you see the bats.
Is that what you think of when you go to the suburbs? Bats?
I see bats. And I run inside and go, I'm not going to be out here with these bats.
How suburban? I mean, were you, like, in the woods or
Well, there were
something?
trees. It wasn't the woods, but there's bats.
It was like
We-
Scarsdale.
It was Scarsdale.
It was?
Yes.
So, I mean, that's not exactly the bat capital of America.
But there's bats.
There are, okay.
And I don't need them around me. I'm not a wildlife person. Animals I like, sort of as existing, I'm fine with them, but I don't interact with them.
Yeah, but if you see a bald eagle hanging upside down, you want to do something, right?
Well, I want to, but I'm telling you, if I'm this guy and it takes 150 shots to get him down,
Yeah.
I would fire 5 times, and the 6th one just put the eagle out of his misery and call it, it's not coming down, guys. I can't do it.
That's what amazed me, Joe, was the 100 and when I first saw it, I thought, oh, okay, he just like, just like in the movies, you shoot the rope and he falls down. 150 shots, that's amazing.
It's amazing he didn't kill that bird, but I'll tell you what, I'm proud to be American despite defective eagle traps like the one we see right there. But maybe the survey didn't have the numbers people expected, because it seems to me that people are prouder of places that are bad. Like, you never hear a rapper quote a nice place that he came from that he's proud of. Like, there's no rap songs about Pasadena.
No, there isn't, right?
What about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Well, he.
Well, he's talking about, yeah,
He
that's
also-
true. I mean, West Philadelphia, though.
But he ended
I think
up
that makes your point.
fancy.
He came from the hood, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He went to Bel Air.
Oh.
Come on, learn the song.
They had to force him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Michael, I know you're not as great of an American as this guy, Jason, but do you wish you were?
I am, first of all, as someone who's been to North Korea and has written about it, I am very, and who was born in the Soviet Union, I am probably the most patriotic person on earth.
Yes,
so
you're right.
I'm
You
very
are.
proud of this country. I love this country. And I think it's ironic, though, that someone from the government is taking shots at freedom. Because that's exactly what we're seeing from both political parties. Both our gun rights and our rights to free speech are being taken away systematically. And it really bothers me that conservatives who regard Reagan as their hero are going to import the KGB here and have things like the NSA and illegal lists to take away things like gun rights.
Wow! Jessica, look, I know you want to take away his gun rights so that all bald eagles die of strangulation, but wasn't this nice of him to do what he did?
It was a really good story. You left out the part that he just borrowed his neighbor's gun, which should not be allowed, by the way.
Why not? That's the
Oh,
whole
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I'll go back to Russia.
If you had your way, you couldn't borrow neighbors' guns, which is a great American thing to do.
Yes,
USA.
I'm going to
USA.
walk next door tonight when I get home and ask to borrow their weapon.
If there's a bald eagle in a tree, I would hope so.
That happens in Tribeca all the time, I must
to
tell you.
Scarsdale.
No, too many bats.
But that shows you know, gals like you, Jessica, you don't want people to be able to borrow their friend's rifle to do things like
No,
this, do you?
because what if a mentally ill person had borrowed the rifle and then goes and shoots up a school? The negativity.
I can't believe every time we have a
oozing out
Democrat
of
on
you.
this show, it's
No.
what if
Yes.
after what if.
Yes.
Okay, coming up, it's that time when the panel prepares to be pummeled with facts by TV's Andy Levy. That's halftime. That's next. Welcome back. Yep, time to find out what we got wrong and what we missed from TV's Andy Levy at the Red Eye News Deck. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good, good.
Excellent. Did you have a good weekend?
Really good.
Who cares?
Yeah, 4th of July, Andy.
Yeah?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, God bless. FBI director recommends no indictment for Hillary Clinton. I can't believe it. Tom, you noted that Hillary has lied and that James Comey pointed out that she lied and asked if she can't be charged with perjury.
Yeah.
I don't know that she lied under oath, so I don't know that she can be charged with perjury.
These FBI guys, I mean, they put people under oath for anything. They didn't put her under oath this weekend?
Who knows what they asked her, though?
Malice
this
says
weekend?
yes.
I mean, but we don't. My point is, we don't know what she said under oath. We do know that she willfully lied to the American people about every aspect of this, that she looked the American people in the eye repeatedly and lied knowingly.
There it is.
But the punishment for that is, you shouldn't be voted into office.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Well, I think it is, Andy.
It's not.
Do you really think that?
I really think Hillary Clinton will not win the election in the fall.
Whoa.
All right.
You guys are unbelievable.
Tarloff, you said you thought she was going to be indicted based on how Comey started out. So why do you think she wasn't? Do you think politics were involved, or do you just think everything was above board and Comey just felt he didn't have enough to go?
I don't think everything was above board. I think there was political pressure. I think that he was telling the truth, though, when he said that his statement was uncoordinated, and he really wanted to make a point of that. And I think he actually came off as very dignified and respectful there. And I have a lot of admiration for him. It's a completely impossible situation to be in. So I wouldn't say above board, but I wouldn't say so below board that we're going to jail, I guess.
Where are you going?
Or I was going to jail. It's on the floor.
Oh, okay. Can we play? I think we have tonight's out of context moment features Jessica.
Aren't you?
No. I mean, yes. What was I even talking about?
It doesn't matter. Tom, you said it's over. She's not going to be prosecuted.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. President Trump's attorney general could still press charges.
He could?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or she.
Chris Christie.
Yeah. Rudy Giuliani.
There you go.
Also, Tom, you pointed out that Comey said that other people could have faced punishment for doing what she did. That's the irony here. If she were still Secretary of State, at the very least, she would have had to resign after this report came out.
At the very least.
There is no way she could have continued in office after this report came out.
Right.
And instead, she gets to be president. It makes no sense. Jessica, you said the private server was definitely Clinton's decision, but you don't know if she chose the bathroom. The server was never in a bathroom closet. Those reports were erroneous.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome.
I'll stop saying it.
Okay. My final say on this, anyone who mishandles classified information the way she did isn't fit to be a PFC in the Army, let alone Commander-in-Chief. And I say this as a former PFC in the Army.
There you go.
Huma Abedin says Clinton put her daily schedules in burn bags. Michael, you said the Clintons are surrounded by their cabal who do anything to protect them, basically. And yet, Huma kind of screwed up here, didn't she?
Well, yes. I mean, I didn't say they're a competent cabal. I just said they're a cabal.
That's a very fair point. Tom, you asked if they really use burn bags, if they really burn them.
Yeah.
Often, yes. The contents of the bags are actually burned. Sometimes, I believe they are pulped.
Like made soggy?
Yeah, they pulp them.
Made
sometimes.
into
But they still call
juice.
them burn bags. They don't call them pulp bags.
Yeah.
Sam, why were you seem baffled by the idea of actually burning documents?
Well, in terms of schedules, I said it was daily schedules.
Oh, okay.
So I said if you're going to burn a schedule, just don't write it in the first place. Use words instead of having to write the schedule.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But you remember, Hillary Clinton is what? Like she's like 92. So the
I didn't-
memory is you got to write things down.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a young guy. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, you don't have that problem. You will. Clinton says her cabinet will be half women. Jessica, why isn't it sexist to say that women are better at collaborating?
Because it's factual, not sexist.
Okay, what are women worse at?
Fertilizing an egg.
You mean when they're doctors?
Is that right?
That is incorrect.
What?
Yeah.
It's old.
I'm learning so much tonight.
Joe, during this segment, did you say you should be Attorney General?
No, I have no recollection of that.
All right, I kind of think you did.
Well, if I did, then I would be a good Attorney General.
Michael, you said Hillary is coming up with these things because she can't just say, I'm pure evil, vote for me.
Right.
You mean because she's incapable of telling the truth?
That's correct.
I heard you laugh at that, Jessica. Young people don't love America, and also the most American story ever. Sam, you said the story of the veteran using his .22 to free the bald eagle from the tree made you feel like less of a man.
Yes.
Good, it should. Now the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to make changes?
No, I'm afraid of
okay.
bats.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just going to be happy there are better men out there.
Yeah. Somebody to take care of things.
Well, okay.
I have other
Joe,
talents.
right. Joe, you said there were no rap songs about Pasadena.
Oh,
Not even close to
I
being
shouldn't have said
true,
that. I'm
man.
not a big rap guy.
Not even close. You got Overdose has a song named Pasadena. The very first line of the song is "Chillin' with my bros in the city of roses." Come on, man.
Well, okay, you win this round, but no reasonable halftime reporter would expect me to know about rap.
I am done.
Thank you, Andy. Coming up, what's wrong with this picture? I don't know, but I'm going to stick around to find out, or my name isn't the Tease Master Shalou. Is there a badge for flirting with the waitress? Parents are outraged after seeing photos of their boys posing with Hooters girls at a Cub Scout camp. The restaurant had sponsored the camp in Denver and sent a few employees to volunteer. But do Hooters and the Scouts represent the same values?
It's like polar opposites of what Boy Scouts are supposed to be.
Says you. But the Boy Scout district executive stands by the decision, saying the restaurant assisted with the costs of putting on the camp, and several of their waitresses donated their time to help staff the camp. Glad to hear your son had such a good time. In all the news reports, the boys' faces are blurred, but I'm not sure we should do this, but I've decided to reveal one of the boys. This is a true story. When our graphics department made that, we sent the picture and we told them to put it together, and they sent it back labeled "Boy at Hooters." Anyway, I don't know why the Hooters sponsorship is such a big deal. I mean, nobody protested when Chippendale sponsored my Barbershop Quartet's annual jamboree. That was quite a party. Those guys love harmony. Michael, what do you think here? I mean, is this a puritanical culture? I mean, Hooters is allowed. They're legal establishments.
Yeah, this is nonsense from helicopter moms. Most of those kids are within one standard deviation of the age when they're breastfeeding anyway. It's just nostalgic for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're saying, it's interesting. I was thinking these guys are scouts. They're going to be adults soon, and they're going to be, they're going to be seeing pretty girls cheerleading and whatnot.
Yes, and they should be more worried about the scout leaders than those Hooters girls, given the history of the Boy Scouts and stuff like
What
that.
are you talking about? The Boy I was a Boy Scout.
Shh, someone will hear you.
No, listen.
I am listening.
I had a great experience with scouting.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Joe. What do you think here? I mean, if you were a Boy Scout, wouldn't you happy to be hanging out at Hooters?
First off, Tom, if you wanted a picture of me at Hooters, I could have supplied one myself. Second of all, I don't object to Hooters. Everyone knows what they're getting into. I just object to the lame double entendre of breasts and owls. But, that's all you got to tell these kids. It's an owl-themed restaurant, and that's good. You're learning about owls already in the Boy Scouts, so.
Yeah, they're nocturnal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably learn about owls when they go to get their forestry badge, which I got.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. It was mostly identifying bark and edible plants, things like that.
I see.
But, Sam, what do you think? I mean, this is not going to hurt them. And the thing is, they need money. You know why? Because people like Tarlov won't let them meet in the church basement anymore.
That's awful. Yeah, no, first of all,
Tarlov is the worst.
I know, right? Everyone's the same person. First of all, the Hooters girls are wearing jackets. It's not like they're at Hooters. It's a bunch of people who work at Hooters. They got jackets on. And second of all, it's 2016. There's no sexuality at Hooters anymore. Hooters is like fully clothed people. There are more sexual deviants at Chuck E. Cheese in 2016 than there are at Hooters.
I would say, yes, you're
They
probably...
all have phones. All of the scouts have phones. If you give a teenage boy a smartphone, Hooters is the last thing you have to worry about them seeing.
Exactly, that's right. Hooters is kind of wholesome. Have you ever hung out at a Hooters, Jessica?
Hung out, maybe not, but I have been there and
You've
I
been
have
there.
eaten. The wings were not delicious at all, which was disappointing.
That's what they're famous for, the wings.
I know, but they weren't that good.
Yeah.
The disappointing wings.
I
And
think
the girls with the stuff.
But they're not
and
terrible.
those girls were hugely covered.
Yes.
Which I thought was surprising. I was expecting to see, like how they used to have like the Baywatch-ish bathing suits and that I understand if I saw my 7-year-old's head like squished between like 4 boobs.
And I think the Girl Scouts see a lot worse going door to door across America, right? Who knows
Handing
what
out
they're
the
running
Samoas,
into?
yeah. Dude answering the door in the
With
middle of the day,
bathrobe,
no
yeah.
pants.
It's terrible. Much ado about nothing. All right. The Boy Scouts are fine. Coming up, we'll check in on a reaction to a big NBA trade.
People said I should burn this jersey. You know why I don't want to burn this jersey? Is it out of respect? It's not out of no respect. Lighter fluid is worth more than this jersey. I don't want to waste no lighter fluid because your jersey doesn't worth anything anymore.
NBA superstar Kevin Durant announced he was leaving Oklahoma City for Golden State, and Thunder fans have been taking it in stride.
I looked at the Players Tribune, and what was the title? It was like a new start, new home, new home, new home. What do you mean new home? Hope you have a new home in the dumpster with your career, because that's where it's at.
Yeah, that's where it's at. That was Twitter user Lost and Unbound. He had more to shout.
This is the only NBA jersey I have. It's the only one I care about. But if it's not, it's the only one I used to care about. Now I care about. What is this? What is this? This isn't even real. This isn't even real. You're not even a part of this team. Oh, and how dare you, even in your little article, say thank you to Oklahoma. Thank you. Thank you. That's what you just said to Oklahoma. Thank you. Oh, thank goodness Kevin Durant said thank you.
I think saying thank goodness he's being sarcastic there, I think. But what about that jersey?
If I could rip that, it might rip. I might be able to rip it. Oh wait, I'm not strong enough. Plan B, let's go. Rip it. Trash. It's all trash. You're all trash.
Jessica, aren't you glad he had a plan B?
So glad. So very glad.
Look, he's passionate about his team. I think it's great.
I mean, it's super entertaining. I think it's fabulous. I have no comment on the actual trade, but I do understand people wanting to go on a new adventure, and I understand hurt feelings when left behind. He was essentially broken up with, which sucks when that happens.
Broken up with by the team, by Durant, you're saying? Yes. He
that's
felt
it. He dumped like millions of people there.
Yes.
To move on to people who get to have winning teams or more winning.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's not even bad, so it's not like a toilet team to a not toilet
But
team.
essentially, you guys were all laughing at this guy. Joe, I mean, you have passionate fans like him, don't you?
Oh, passionate fans. Passionate fans indeed, mostly ladies. But I'll tell you what, I don't think it's fair that people judge the athletes when they go looking for a better opportunity. Like, athletes and musicians and artists, they're the only people that people complain about that are only in things for the money. When I think it's mostly the other way around. I mean, I think people with bad jobs are only in it for the money. Like, whenever my garbage man drives by and he's hanging off the side.
They get paid a lot.
Yeah, I know. He's only
like
doing it for the
crazy.
money, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Michael, what do you think? It's do you think he should leave?
I think Trump found himself his running mate. I mean, their speaking styles are perfectly in sync.
Yep.
It's just baffling, incoherent nonsense and yelling and cutting things up.
Well-
so I think this guy's going to be on the Republican ticket come November.
Look, he is passionate, and isn't that what America needs right now?
No, I think America needs to cool down and be a little bit more dispassionate, and especially about stuff like sports. I don't even know who Kevin Durant is, but so.
Well, look, I mean, you probably should,
I'm less
Michael.
of a man than you.
But you've got a lot going on. Sam,
Yeah.
What's the answer?
First of all, I think the NBA needs to be held accountable for the rise in blood pressure of male teens age 13 to
So true.
15.
Yeah.
You know, they're responsible the same way soda is responsible for diabetes. It's not right. And yes, he should be passionate, but passionate about things that matter, like pro wrestling.
That's right. Oh, yeah, you're a wrestling fanatic. Very special thanks to my entire panel. Good night, everybody.